everybody. Welcome to our last live stream of the year.
Woohoo!
It's January 29th. Just a couple days
is.
left. We've had a great year. It's been a very nice year. And so I thought today would be a lot of fun to create a little animated GIF. I want to show you guys some techniques that I've figured out over the last period of time. Working on Snow Bear, I've figured out a few things that I think a lot of you can do without a lot of effort. It can be a lot of fun. So we're going to create a little animated GIF saying Happy New Year and a little Happy New Year theme. So I thought that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, we're going to do some effects animation.
Yeah, we're going to do effects animation. We're going to do some effects in Premiere as well. We're gonna use a few different pieces of software that I'm going to be using specific software, but I think you can, if you want to use Dreams or some other softwares, you can do the same thing with those as well. But anyway, we'll get into that in just a bit. Before we do, we've got our usual housekeeping things to talk about and and some sales going on. So I'm going to hand it over to Nick Birch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Take it away, baby.
So first of all, Happy New Year, everybody. As Aaron said, thank you very much for joining us for the last stream of the year. I see people are saying in the comments already, Happy New Year, Happy New Year.
And Dustin is here as well. I forgot to mention.
Justin's over there. Yep. Monitoring the stream. And so we've got a couple of big sales going on. So we've got a weekend sale going where all of our courses are on sale. Everything's 40% off or more. But some of them are even more deeply discounted than that. Like some of the courses that are only $10 for storyboarding courses. We've got our gesture drawing course, or costume figure drawing course is only $10, which is its lowest price ever. And what's really cool is this weekend only for New Year's, everything is buy one, get one 50% off. So if you buy a course, you get another course of equal or less value for 50% off. That also applies to brushes, which are all on sale for $1, and also artist reference photo packs done by Dustin over there.
Reference.
And we've got one other big deal this weekend only. If you use promo code YEAREND5, you can take an additional $5 off your orders, a minimum order of $10, but that is also good for things like puzzles, mugs, books, etc. So those are the big sales, and we can go ahead and dive in. CreatureArtTeacher.com.
Awesome. I can't wait to do this thing today. This is going to be a lot of fun. I was thinking about it earlier today because I'm always puzzled. What am I going to do on Friday? Oh, and I want to mention this too as well. In an effort to get our animated short Snow Bear done on time. We're hoping to have it done mid-year. I have decided that our Friday streams after today are going to be going down to basically the first Friday of every month. So we're just going to be doing it once a month coming up until we get Snow Bear done. So we did that before, and we're having to go back again because I need to have that extra day to help me get it done. So next Friday, we will be back because that'll be the first Friday of January. And then we won't be back again until the first Friday of February. Okay. Yep. So,
but we'll still be streaming twice a week for members.
Exactly.
On our website.
So if you want to join on our Tuesday and Thursday stream, become a member at CreatureArtTeacher.com and you can join in the making of Snow Bear as I actually make it. So that's a lot of fun. So anyway, let's jump over. I'm on TV Paint right now, software. I'm using TV Paint. This is what I use on my big Cintiq 32 Pro. When I'm on my iPad, I'm on Procreate Dreams. But today I'm on TV Paint. And I'm going to animate a firework. You know, we got fireworks that go off on New Year's. And so I thought, let's do a little bit of effects animation today. I'll take you guys through and give you a little lesson. Which, by the way, we've got, starting January 9th, we've got my good friend Joey Mildenberger that's going to be coming out and filming an entire 2D effects course with us.
Sounds exciting.
Which, by the way, have we gotten tickets yet for them?
No, we still got to get
Okay, we got to get those tickets.
Yep.
Anyway, and I got a doctor's appointment on the 9th. Vedanta reminded me.
Oh, well, there you go.
So anyway, we're gonna export the firework as a PNG, but no background. So I've just created a dark background here because I want I want to animate it in like this bright orange color. So the first frame right here, I'm just going to start with a little kind of little flash right there. There you go. Very, very simple.
Joe Cassidy on YouTube says, I just got your character design course. I'm impressed with all the extra PSD files you include.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Yeah, all of our courses include bonus content. Usually it's the source files, the animation courses include the animation source files, etc. So we try to make them as jam-packed as possible.
So the flash, that little bang, is going to get a little bigger in the next. Now I'm animating at 24 frames per second. And because a firework explodes very quickly, you're going to see the expansion of gas and fire and light and everything from the firework expand quickly. In just a few frames, it'll be out there.
Instagram comment, I'm loving these streams. I might have to become a member for more frequent streams.
Yes, please do.
Do it. Memberships are on sale, by the way. They're $75 off.
We really have a great time. So I want to start to get the little trails in here.
Actually, got a couple of membership stream regulars over on Facebook saying hello. We got Julia and Erica over there.
Hello!
And Julia's watching us on her brand new 44-inch smart TV.
Nice.
So now I'm going to go through, after just a couple of frames,
We're supersized.
we should start to see our trails coming out here.
And Bridget Catton on YouTube says, I got your art book for Christmas, and it has been so inspiring to flip through. I even drew at the zoo yesterday.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, for people who don't know, Aaron has 2 art books available on our website. If you go to creatureartteacher.com/books, you can order those. And we actually have a limited number of signed copies of those books available. Again, that's creatureartteacher.com/books. And you can also use that promo code YEAREND5 to take $5 off those orders until Monday.
So here we're creating the kind of the trails that come out. We still have to animate the big flash. The fire is going to explode out to here, so right about like here.
Hey, Frankie Bay is here. Says
Frankie
hello.
Bay, the
He's over on
Frankster.
Facebook too. Says hello, friends. How's everyone doing today?
Hello, Frankie.
Hello, Frankie. We're doing quite well today.
Okay, so you can start to see the explosion. Next.
Debbie Williamson says, hi, Aaron.
Hey.
And Ashton's Workshop on YouTube says, I subscribed to your channel when I saw your amazing Procreate Dreams penguin.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Speaking of which, we've actually got a live Procreate Dreams workshop coming up on Saturday, February 24th. Aaron's going to be doing an all-day live online in-person workshop. Spots are limited. If you go to creatureartteacher.com/live, you can sign up, and Aaron's going to take you through how to animate dialogue, that's a character speaking, in Procreate Dreams. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to send out the dialogue to everybody that signs up a couple weeks beforehand.
Yeah.
And basically, we're gonna take all day. You're gonna get to sit there, ask Aaron questions in a real time situation. We usually go about 5-6 hours on these Saturday workshops. So go to creatureartteacher.com/live and check it out.
It's going to be huge, folks. Absolutely ginormous.
Aaron, what do you think of the animation of Disney's latest films? I'd very much like to see a return to 2D animation, or I very much liked the return to 2D animation for the anniversary.
I loved it. Yeah, I love that too. So we're going to see. And I really want them obviously to continue with 2D. And I think they'll. There's a chance. Who knows? But we are definitely going to, make it our mission, and we're definitely making an effort to get more 2D out there and get people interested. That's what part of our motivation is behind Snow Bear, is to, inspire people to go back to that traditional method, which I think is so valid still.
Bob asks, "Are these fireworks you're animating?"
Yes, animating a firework.
Yep. So we're doing something Aaron doesn't do. I don't think you've ever done effects animation on a live stream.
I don't think I have.
I mean, does snow or rain count?
Oh,
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
I guess I would. Never mind.
Did you work in a game industry before?
No.
Although he did animate the character animation in the 16-bit Lion King and Aladdin games. So those are very popular Super Nintendo games.
That's funny.
But you did that as a Disney employee, not you weren't working for a game company.
Right.
Yep. Sega Mega Drive also. Yep. Or as it was known in the States, the Sega Genesis.
So here I'm having that fire kind of dissipate.
A tired animator on YouTube says, greetings, my good man.
Greetings.
Kim Cooper asked, "Did you all have a good Christmas, Creature Our Teacher team?" Yeah, I had a great Christmas. How about you guys?
We had a great Christmas. How was your move, Kim Cooper?
Yeah, I think for me the big highlight of Christmas Day was seeing your reaction to the Christmas portrait Austin and I made for you.
I loved it. So my kids, Dustin and my daughter Austin, did a kind of an awkward 1980s style Christmas portrait. It was really funny.
I actually posted the picture on my Instagram. You can check it out at Dustin_Blaze.
Daniel on YouTube says, "I watched Klaus on Christmas after hearing you talk about it on a live stream. What a great movie. Thank you for the recommendation."
Yeah, it's pretty darn amazing.
It's one of my new favorites for a holiday movie to watch. In fact, just movie to watch at any time of the year.
How do you find Procreate Dreams? Procreate Dreams is in the App Store, the Apple App Store. It only works for iPad at the moment, so you have to have an iPad. But if you do, you should see it if you just search Procreate Dreams in the Apple App Store.
So here I'm starting to show the pieces come out. The center is dissipating, and we're going to have the trails coming off of the pieces coming out. And they're going to dissipate a little bit. There we go.
Victor J on Facebook says, I subscribed 2 months ago, and I absolutely liked to use it for inspiration.
Oh, great.
We're happy that we're providing the inspiration you need.
What's the most recent drawing you've done where you felt super excited the whole time to see the final product? Or is that every drawing for you?
Pretty much every drawing. I when I draw, I really get excited about what it's going to be. Matter of fact, I'm working very diligently right now on some of the backgrounds for Snow Bear, and I get very excited about those. So that's probably the last one.
Instagram question: does the monthly subscription include access to the weekly streams, or just the annual subscription? They both do. So if you become a monthly member, we have two. For people who don't know what we're talking about, we sell all of our courses a la carte, or we have two subscription options. The annual plan gets you everything we release on the website, everything that's currently on the website, plus everything we release over the next 12 months. And then we also have a monthly streaming plan that works like Netflix, so you can stop and start at any time. That one's streaming only, but they both get you access to our members only live streams.
You can see our little explosion here.
Nova X Jewel on YouTube asks, "What are your New Year resolutions?"
Mine's going to be. I've been thinking about that. I usually don't do New Year's resolutions, but I want to do one this year. Mine's going to.
That's your resolution. My resolution is to make a resolution.
Exactly. To actually go to bed at between 9 and 10 o'clock. And the reason being, let me explain why. I need to find as many hours in the day as I can to get Snow Bear done. And I find, when I wind down at the end of the night, I find lately I've gotten into the habit of just sitting there in the evening, which probably some of you have the same habit, after I have dinner, and I'll sit there for an hour or 2 hours watching television, just wasting time. So if I use that time to go to bed and then take that 2 hours and place it into the morning and get up a couple hours earlier, then I'm going to use that time to get Snow Bear, work on Snow Bear, and I'm using that time. At night, I'm just too beat to continue working on Snow Bear, so I figured I'll switch it to the morning. That's my resolution.
I think that's a great plan.
I think mine is to finally get the ball rolling on my photography course.
Whoa, no way.
No way, man.
3 years later.
I thought that was Snow Bear.
Yeah.
That was Snow Bear 3 years ago. Gonna get it done by the end of this year. Next year. Gonna get it done by the end of this year. Next year.
True.
Question: in Brother Bear, how long was Kenai's journey with Coda on the mountain? Tanahi's mustache and beard growing out made it seem like the journey lasted more than a week or so.
Yeah, it was a season.
It's a full season?
Yeah, it was a full season, like several months.
Any chance for a hand-drawn VFX course on your site? Well, you must have joined us late because, yes, we are actually filming one starting next month.
Yep. We're very excited about it.
Moonram on YouTube says, love your drawings on Strathmore toned gray paper. Will gouache be better than watercolors for toning as well as for the highlights?
Yes. Gouache would be better. It's opaque. Watercolor is not opaque.
Twitch question. Can I ask a question? How long each day do I have to draw to see improvement? As I've been drawing about an hour a day for the past 2 years, and I haven't really seen any progress so far.
Well, there's no set amount of time, and I bet you are progressing. You just don't realize it.
Like, if you look at a drawing now compared to the day you started 2 years ago, I bet you there's a big difference.
Yeah, and the other thing too is get in the habit of drawing stuff that's outside of your comfort zone. Look at the things that you struggle with and draw those. Put yourself in an uncomfortable position when it comes to your creativity drawing. If you're drawing the same stuff and only the stuff you like to draw over and over again, you're not going to grow.
Heinrich on YouTube says, greetings from Norway. Do you happen to know how they animated the lightning and rain effects in the Bambi song Little April Shower. Is it all done by hand? This has always blown my mind as a kid.
Yes, it is all done by hand. It was. I'm not sure of all the specifics because there is a few camera tricks you can do here and there, but it was all done by hand with probably some camera, burning in some things here and there, little camera tricks.
Dear Aaron, watching from Russia, thank you so much for your art.
Wow. Thank you for mentioning it.
Julia says, please tell your father that tomorrow I will make bread and send the video off to him, and so he can make his fluffy bread.
Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you, Julia. I saw the pictures of your toe. That looks painful.
Instagram comment. That's your your resolution is very much me. To find and make more time in the day and to fully manage my time better than before is a goal.
There you go.
And
So
Julia's
here
also...
you can see the explosion of the firework here.
Yeah, it's looking
Now
good.
we got to get it to slow down.
And Julia's also asking, is this the 2B pencil you're using?
Yes, this is the 2B pencil.
To be or not to be?
Which ties into a question that someone asked. Do you sell TV paintbrushes? No, we don't. We don't have any TV paintbrushes.
So what I'm going to do now is you're going to see me, I'm going to bring these out. Right about here. I'm going to bring them all out kind of extra far. And then I'm going to in between into them.
The Photoshop brushes that we sell, will those work in TV Paint?
No.
No.
TV Paint does not currently import Photoshop brushes.
Ah.
Okay, so there we go.
GB2 is wondering, will Snow Bear be eligible for an animated short Oscar?
Well, we certainly hope so.
Fingers crossed.
Have to finish it first.
Got to get it done, which is why we're trying to utilize as much time as we can, which is why we're going to the once a month stream for a little while.
Mind if I answer a question?
Sure.
Bridget Catton is says, can you say more about the photography course? I got a camera and have started taking my own references because of Dustin, which I think is awesome. The photography course I have in mind is going to be very much oriented for beginners, of like talking about the different kinds of cameras and lenses, accessories you can get for those. Also, be discussing about the triangle of exposure for manual shooting, talking about composition and lighting, what I look for when I'm out in the field. And then I'm actually going to be going out in the field and be bringing you along to some of the parks and trails I usually go to for my photography. And then to put the icing on a cake, I'll be demonstrating how I edit my photos through Adobe Lightroom. And so it's going to be it's going to be very focused for as an introduction into photography, but also towards the perspective of wildlife photography. So hopefully it works out very well.
Yes. I'm working the arcs in here into the fireworks. When you animate anything, you really want to think about what it is that you're animating. I do a lot of character animation, but every once in a while I'll do effects. And then think about, okay, what's happening from a physics standpoint with the fire burning, and why do we see the trails and all that? Those are all embers that are coming apart, right? So you want to think about all those things as you are creating whatever it is that you're animating. Think about the science, the logic behind what you're doing.
Ryan asks, any chance we can get Phil Collins to sing a song for Snow Bear?
That would be cool, but no.
I think he's pretty much retired at this point, hasn't he?
He is, yeah.
Yeah.
There is not a chance.
Well, never say never.
Where will Snow Bear be released?
Well, it'll probably start in the film festival circuit because that's part of the qualifying process for awards like the Oscars and stuff like that. But after that, we're not quite sure. It'll eventually make its way to our YouTube channel. I'm pretty confident of that. But we also might do sort of a well, I shouldn't say might. I'm 99% sure we will be doing a city tour where we kind of tour it around the theaters and do like an evening with Aaron Blaze where we screen it and do like a Q&A type thing. And you know, we're going to try to hit a lot of the cities that we haven't hit before, like the northeastern cities and Chicago and stuff like that. And
Every time you say a Q&A type thing, I always think you're going to say a QAnon type thing.
yeah,
You and I.
Sorry, go ahead.
but so we're definitely going to go on tour with it. It'll initially be in the film festival circuit, and then like after that, it should eventually end up on our YouTube channel at some point. But again, right now the focus is just getting it done.
And we'll make a special VHS copy that we will be donating to the last remaining Blockbuster.
That's actually be awesome.
Or that there's still one Blockbuster in the world left.
Yep.
My brother-in-law called me from when Karen's brother.
Mm-hmm.
He called me the other day and to wish a happy Christmas and New Year and everything. But he said, also, I just watched this documentary called Pencils versus Pixels, and you were in it.
Yep.
It was funny.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, I watched that.
He
a
had
few
no
weeks ago.
idea.
Now, to those that haven't seen that yet, highly recommend you watch that. Again, it's Pencils versus Pixels.
Yep. The Bancroft brothers put that together.
Yeah.
Produced specifically by Tom Bancroft.
Yeah, Tom Bancroft, I should say.
Yeah.
They have to be very specific with it.
So here's our, you can see we're getting a nice little firework happening here. So I want to go back and in between a little bit more.
In tween.
In between them.
In tween.
Just staying right on the line, putting little dots. Where I want the ember to be. There we go. Stay on the arc.
Is there a good recipe to create a character and a story to create a good project to show in my portfolio?
A good recipe?
Yeah, is there a
Well,
good recipe to create a character and a story?
Well,
Like,
there are what you would call story templates, like the hero's journey,
yeah,
and there's structural.
structural.
That's a weird word to say. There are structures you can follow, but you're basically going to have to do some research into writing.
Yeah, I mean, and as you're writing, your plot and story will affect character. Character will affect the plot and the story. They go back and forth as each develops. And so, like Nick was saying, there's templates, there's structure issues that you can look at, but really, it's letting it grow is the best thing you can do when it comes to a story. I mean, Snow Bear, for example, is something that has sat and percolated with Nick and I for years before before I actually started animating on it.
How come you aren't animating this one with sound? Fireworks are so pleasant to hear, or pleasant to the ear.
I was just about to.
Sound would probably be added in post production, so
Yeah,
that's,
and this is going to be an animated GIF, so there is no sound with a GIF.
There is no sound. There is no bathroom. Ah.
Do you remember how long it took you to learn how to animate characters?
Yeah, I'm still learning. So 35 years. No, I'm still, the thing that I find the most though is that the more I've been doing it for 35 years, and the longer I do it, especially if I get into if I step away from it for a while and come back, you'll forget things. And so when you're working consistently, then you'll find that you get better quicker.
I've recently seen Wish in theaters, and it's had me thinking, why is it that Disney's CG movies are less specific about who animated which specific characters than their hand-drawn movies?
Because they are less specific. With Wish, or a lot of CG films,
Zootopia.
animators will kind of handle a lot of different characters. Each animator will handle a lot of different characters, whereas in hand-drawn animation, we don't have the ability to sit down and learn how to draw every single character. So the best thing to do is to be cast on a character, and that's your character throughout the film. In CG, you don't have to draw them.
Right, because the model is already modeled for you, and the rig is what it's almost like puppeteering in a way. So,
Yeah.
7 different people might touch a character, or 30 different people might touch a character. It's just a different
Now, the thing
process.
that I always had a hard time wrapping my head around with something like that is that, when you have 1 or 2 animators animating a character, the personality of that character starts to become very specific because you don't have a lot of different people doing it. And so I always felt like the characters would have run the risk of becoming kind of homogenized when you have everybody working on all the characters. So that was something, and that's a job of the director and character leads, because there are character leads. It's the job of the director and the character lead to really kind of make sure that doesn't happen.
Have you ever drawn a dingo? And can you speak in an Australian accent?
No, my Australian's very bad, and I've never drawn a dingo.
My closest is attempting to impersonate Steve Irwin. You're right, mate. Look at that right there. That's the largest crocodile I've ever seen.
My Australian friend told me the best way to speak Australian is you just keep your lips closed. Don't open your mouth, because that lets the flies in.
Lets the flies in, yeah.
We're getting there. You don't want to rush it.
And I want to let people who know that that are just joining us, we're running a big sale at Creature Art Teacher this weekend. If you use promo code YEAREND5, you can take $5 off any order on the website as long as it's a minimum of $10. But you can use that for classes, you can use that for brush packs, you can use that for photo packs, you can even use that for physical merchandise like books or for memberships. So you can take $5 off your entire order with promo code YEAREND5. Also, we've got a bunch of courses just on sale. Everything is 40% off or more. But some of our courses are way more discounted. Like our ZBrush bundle from Tony Cipriano is 85 or 80 or 85% off right now. Our gesture drawing courses, it's the lowest price ever. You can get a bunch of our story and storyboarding courses for only $10 each. Our animal drawing bundle is $125 off this weekend. So go to creatureartteacher.com. These are a bunch of year-end specials. Get them while you can. Don't forget to use promo code YEAREND5 for an extra $5 off. Get it while it's hot.
We're going to make a nice firework here. This is going to be nice.
It's going to be quite nice. Question: what do you think of Cas Van de Paul and his quote, "the ultimate Brother Bear recap cartoon"?
I think those are awesome. I love them. I'm going to start putting these on twos right about here.
Tsukuyomi asks, "What software is this?" This is TV Paint.
This is TV Paint. Yep.
And Gentendo says, "Hey, Aaron, I've been taking your Procreate Dreams course, and it's absolutely amazing.
Oh, good.
I would have had no clue how to use it without your guidance."
Oh, I'm glad. That makes me happy.
Question: why are some animated sequels so bad? I watched Balto 2 and it's insane. The quality in the animation dropped so much.
They just don't put the effort into them.
Well, it's budget.
It's budget, but it's
Those movies are made.
It's a cash grab because they're not putting the time into the writing.
Well, yeah, it's made direct to video, so yeah, they weren't.
It's just they don't have the budget to do the writing, to do the environments, to do the animation. It's all, it's just, it's a cash grab.
Straight to VHS.
VHS. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Showing your age, Dustin.
I was showing my age there. Straight to video and DVD.
Straight to streaming now.
Yeah. Coming soon to own on video and DVD. Aaron, were you involved in the drawing or animation of Tarzan?
I was not.
Aaron, did you do any animation in Adobe After Effects?
No, I don't use. I've never learned After Effects. I've figured out a few tricks that we're going to do today that I do in Premiere, but it's not really After Effects type stuff. No.
Frank P on YouTube says, I know this is premature, but any special plans when Aaron hits 1 million on YouTube?
Oh, I don't know. We're getting close.
We'll have to do something. As of now, no. But we'll do something for sure.
Dad will jump into a pit of snakes.
Yeah.
There'll be rubber snakes though, so he'll be fine.
Why did it have to be?
No, there'll be one real snake in there.
Right.
Any tips for practicing timing and spacing?
Yeah, do your character animation. That's the best way to learn is, learning through doing. You've got to apply your timing and spacing to something. So do more character animation because that's where you're going to learn all that. And you'll also, doing like little things like I'm doing now, this firework. You'll notice that the embers are getting closer and closer to get the spacing of each one is getting closer and closer. I'm also following arcs because I have to think about gravity as these particles are being pulled back towards the earth. There's a lot of different things. You got to think about the timing of that. I'm going from 1s to 2s, and what kind of timing does that do?
Are you going to mess with the opacity of them as they fall?
No, I'm just going to let them I'm just going to start drawing lighter and lighter.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because I could do that, but it's just I think it'd be too involved. So I'm just gonna let them kind of fizzle. Actually, on the next one, because we're up to we're at 16 frames, so it's not. I've got to actually might go to 2s a little sooner.
In traditional animation, how are faraway characters animated? Are they simply drawn small, or is it zoomed out afterwards?
It depends on how big the original shot is. More often than not, what happens is they'll be animated larger and then shrunk down. So you can see we've got a nice little beginning right here. I've just got to I've got to have them kind of dissipate a little bit more. But you can see how they get a nice little boom. I love doing effects animation.
Do storyboard portfolios need to include animatics?
It helps. It definitely helps.
And to some of those that don't know, what is a animatic again?
An animatic basically is your storyboards cut together and timed, and there'll be camera moves in there. Sometimes there'll be little bits of like very simple animation.
Speaking of which, we have some awesome storyboarding courses on creatureartteacher.com. There's one from Lyndon Ruddy that is right now just $10 as part of our New Year's sale. And that course, he really goes through animatics and camera moves.
Yeah.
We've got a course from Woody Woodman. It's a brand new one that's 50% off. It's an excellent course. And we also have a storyboarding course from Tim Hodge for just $10 right now. What's cool about all of those courses is each one of those guys is a professional story artist, and they all have their own tips and techniques, so they all complement one another.
Exactly.
So some of them are better with the cinematic camera moves, some of them are more better with gags and comedy and timing, and they each kind of touch on those specialties. And
one of the things that Nick and I always wanted from the very beginning of the creation of Creature Art Teacher was not to have one person teaching one subject. We want to get multiple people teaching any given subject so that you can get different points of view on the same subject. And storyboarding is such a big subject that we wanted multiple points of view in there, which is why we have several people teaching it. Same with character design and animation and all that. We're getting close to having this done. Now I'm going to start to have them start to fade out.
YouTube comment. Hey Aaron, Brett here. I was one
Hi,
of
Brett.
I was
Brett.
one of the winners of the Blink Ink Bear in the Hair art competition. So I now have a frame from the film.
That's awesome.
They gave away a bunch of the cutouts.
Oh, that's awesome. I've got one. I've got several of them as well. That's
It
cool.
was the 10th anniversary of the Bear in the Hair.
I want to do a whole feature in that technique.
Yeah. We should talk to Blink Ink.
Yeah, we should.
Most of the animators I've seen, almost all use TV Paint, and fewer of them use Adobe Animation. Why?
TV Paint is geared more towards actual frame by frame animation, like what I'm doing today.
Yeah.
Adobe Animate is not geared towards that.
Adobe Animate is more geared towards puppet rigging and television style animation because it's vector based.
Do you think it's possible to become a professional artist, illustrator, or animator without going to school for art?
Yes, there's so many. There's so much stuff you can get online nowadays. There's so many resources, and it's much more economical than going to college. Now, I don't want to. There's great colleges out there, and some people thrive in a college type environment, which is great. But I also know that there's all the information you can get in college, especially in an art degree, you can get online, and oftentimes you can get better information. So yes, it's possible. We're gonna have some fun with this.
Okay.
So we've been at it for about 48 minutes animating this firework. Hopefully you're getting a little effects animation lesson out of this.
Do you ever do post-processing effects in your animations? This firework might look cool with a glow effect.
Yes. I'm not going to do that today, but yeah, there's little things that I'm not super good at all that stuff, but there's little things that I've figured out here and there.
Arizona Family on YouTube says, my daughter is Amira, who is 12, and Ireland, who is 10. They love your channel. They want to say hi. But they keep asking why people keep asking you the same questions over and over.
Because people come in a little bit later sometimes, and they don't always hear the question.
Or they can be completely new to the channel and probably not. We may have answered the question like a stream or two before, but
right.
Since the person's brand new, I mean, might as well answer the question.
Exactly.
Again.
So you can see here that everything's kind of dissipating.
Yeah, because we even had people hop in here and just be like, "Hey, who is this? Who are you?
You don't know me?
Why are you recommended on my channel?"
So you can see that how everything's coming together and it dissipates.
Oh yeah.
This is how they did. If you ever watched the old Wonderful World of Disney and the fireworks going off behind the castle, this is how they did them. Except it was done on paper.
Wonderful World of Disney. Yeah, and speaking of, I've been actually watching the behind the attractions documentaries on Disney Plus. and really really fun documentaries if you have access to Disney Plus. Talk a lot about like space Star Tours and Space Mountain and Haunted Mansion, all the classic rides.
Should I buy a Cintiq or an iPad to start my digital drawing journey?
Probably. I would say probably an iPad because it's more portable and more cost effective. Probably.
I guess it depends on sort of, I would say it depends on your preferred working
Yeah.
situation. Do you prefer to be at a desk in sort of a studio environment? I would say in that case, probably go with a Wacom.
Wacom?
If mobility and being able to work anywhere is your driving thing, then you're probably going to want to work with, an iPad. Wacom, Wacom, Wacom.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
There we go. So let's let's zero that out real quick. There's our firework.
'Cause baby, you're a firework.
So there we go. So there we've got a firework. I think is working pretty well. Bang.
Bang.
So now what we want to do is we want to export it as a PNG, meaning no background.
As a ping.
Yes. So I'm going to turn off the background here. There it is. So we're going to export. I'm going to put it on my desktop.
Did you work at all on the Game Boy Brother Bear game?
I did not.
Did they show you any of that stuff when you were?
I don't remember, to be honest.
I remember having that game.
I'm sure they did, but I don't remember them showing me. And then you turn off the background in TV Paint. There's a little check mark right here. You turn that off there, and then I go up to the format, and I export it as a movie file. And then I hit export. And it's going to take a few minutes. Well, it'll take a few seconds, actually, because there's not a lot of drawing on here.
Will you animate the fireworks shooting up into the sky before exploding?
No, I'm just going to do the firework itself. I'm not going to go that far with it. But it's a good idea. I did think about it, but I want to be able to do this all within a certain amount of time.
Yeah, so it's just going to be a simple mortar style.
Yes. So we've got our firework. Here's TV Paint. Let's make this. How long do we want to make it? How long do we want to make? 10, 15 seconds? 10 seconds?
10 seconds.
For a GIF? Probably 10 seconds.
This is Premiere, not TV Paint, by the way.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I jumped over to Premiere. Sorry. How long do we want to make this?
10
Yes.
seconds is probably about right.
Yeah.
For a GIF.
So I'm just dragging this out. This is just a temporary background.
I mean, you could always make it a video that we do as a reel, and then we can make a GIF out of that.
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah. So first thing I want to do is I'm thinking about here. We want to do it as a vertical, so you can look at it on your phone as a vertical. So I'm going to put the fireworks in the top half of the screen. So I'm going to import right now. I'm going to import. I'm going to go to my desktop. There's my firework. Import, and it is a like I said, it's a PNG. It doesn't have any background to it, but I can drag it over, and I can let this play. Boom! There it is. Look at that. So let's go.
Any
here.
reason you exported that as a video as opposed to an image sequence from TV Paint?
Because it comes over as a single file.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. So here now I can highlight my firework, and I can go up to motion, and I can move it anywhere I want. So there we go. I'm going to have it go right about there. No, I am going to have it go there. So there's a firework right there. Now, I'm going to have another one. Let's stagger it.
Another one.
And let's move this one over here. So now when I play it, I've got them like that.
Nice.
And I can just keep dragging them over. Let's put one right there. And I'm going to go ahead and move it up just a little bit. And let's put another one. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun. Real quick.
Whoops. Clicked on the wrong one. There we go.
For the both of you, do you prefer frame by frame or straight ahead for animation?
Frame by frame and straight ahead are the same thing. So you might mean pose to pose and then straight ahead. And each one has its own merits. You fast action, I usually do straight ahead. And slow action, I do pose to pose. So I'm just grabbing the fireworks and moving them around.
William Winkler's on here, says this looks great.
Thanks, Will. Wink.
Have you seen the movies by Cartoon Saloon, such as Wolfwalker, Song of the Sea, Secret of the Kells, and The Breadwinner? And if so, what do you think of them?
I love them. I've seen them all.
Yep, I've seen the Kells and Wolfwalkers and absolutely love that style.
You need to see Song of the Sea.
Which one is that again?
Song of the Sea.
Song of the Sea?
It's amazing. Yeah. Yeah, we actually know the director of the three of those films, Tom Moore, really well. He did Wolfwalkers and Song of the Sea and Secret of the Kells. And actually, if you watch Wolfwalkers, Aaron has a character design credit right at the end of the movie.
Yeah, because you did a lecture for them about wolves,
and I'm going
right?
to copy them. And I'm going to paste them right there. And then let's take all of these and just move them down a little bit. There we go. So now we've got fireworks going off all over the place.
Boom, 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 boom.
Boom, 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 boom.
Bom, 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 bam, bam, bam.
So now what I want to do is I'm going to take all of these, I'm going to highlight them, and I'm going to nest them. We'll call them
Are you going to
fireworks.
change their colors at all, or just going to keep it the same?
What's that?
Are you going to change any of their colors?
No,
at all?
I'm just going to keep them the same for today.
Okay.
So now we've got them nested. Now there's a couple of things we can do with this. I want to do this over water, so we're going to have some fun with this. We're going to create a little water effect, and we're going to create a reflection as well.
This is the fun part.
The other thing I'm going to do, I think I'm going to move these up a little bit more.
John Joe Parrott says the paper animation course really helped me with my confidence in drawing an animation. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I saw somebody, because we posted a video about the Procreate Dreams course, and somebody said, I've been doing the exercises from your paper animation course in Procreate Dreams, like the flour sack and stuff like that. And that's what's cool about all of the courses on the website is they're kind of, they apply to any software or medium, really. They're all designed that way.
Okay, so we've got this playing now. We got our fireworks, which I'm happy with. All that's looking really good. Now let's go into Photoshop. We're going to have some fun in Photoshop really quick. I've already got a file set up. And first thing I want to do is create a starry night background. So let's make it nice and blue. And we're going to fill the bucket right there. We're going to bucket fill it.
Bucket fill.
And bucket fill it. And we're going to go right here. And I want to create a little haze effect. Little effect on the horizon. So I'm going to come up here, grab a lighter blue, and I'm going to go to my gradient tool and get the horizontal gradient tool right there. I'm going to go right about here and create this little effect like this. There we go, just like that. And I'm pull back on the opacity of that just a touch. There we go. And now on top of that, I'm going to go to my gradient tool and I'm going to just do a regular gradient. And I'm going to grab this color. I'm going to go dark with it. And I'm going to make it a little darker on top. It's a little too dark. Oh, it's set for 100%. That's why. So I'm going to go 50%. And we'll just get a little darker on top. So I like that gradient. And then next I want to go on top of that and I'm going to go and create some stars. So I'm just going to come in here on their own layer.
Ready for a new question?
Sure.
Ryan Black on YouTube asks, do you recommend any affordable animation programs for PC? Sorry if asked before. I just looked up TV Paint and it's a bit out of my price range.
Well,
go ahead, Nick.
they do have a student version available with student pricing. If you become a member to our website, by the way, you actually qualify for that student pricing. So the membership basically pays for itself. But also, if you're looking for more affordable options, there's Krita. Krita is actually free. I've not used it personally, but I've heard good things about it as far as the animation component of it goes.
I think you tried it yourself, Dad, didn't you?
He used it for drawing. We haven't tried the animation yet.
Gotcha.
There's Clip Studio Paint, which has animation tools in it, which I've also heard good things about. And there is actually a free piece of software called Open Tunes, which was developed by Studio Ghibli, and they made it an open source piece of software. So that's out there as well. But those would be the ones off the top of my head that I would recommend.
So now I'm going to go into Premiere and we're going to import this new background. I just created I created a JPEG.
You created a whoops?
Whoops. And I'm going to move my fireworks up and I'm going to drag. Oh, I got to import it. I didn't just import it.
So you create another whoops?
There we go. So I'm going to import this here. Drag this all the way over. So now we have a background here. And now there's a little bit of artifacts on the fireworks themselves. So I'm going to go and hit screen. There we go. So that makes them a bit lighter. But we get a nice effect there. So now we've got nice fireworks going off and over our night sky. I actually want to try one other thing. I want to see what happens if we set it to just for an experiment, a color dodge. I want to see what color dodge does. Probably just makes them white. It's kind of a nice effect. Like that too.
We just got a $9.99 tip from Arizona Family on YouTube. It says, "Hi, this is Amira. We are so excited. Our dad is getting us the premium membership for the year.
Yay!"
And also asks, could you please draw Harley Quinn sometime? Thank you. We love watching your videos.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I can do that sometime. All right, so now we have a night sky. We have fireworks. So now I want to create a little bit of a landscape. So let's go down. We got a couple of things we want to do here. And we're only an hour into it. Look what we've done so far. We're only an hour into creating this from scratch. I want you guys to see how much fun you can do in a relatively small amount of time. Okay? So let's go back to Photoshop. And let's create a little nighttime scene, a little landscape. That's what I want to create. I'm going to make it very simple. Let's do it as a silhouette. That'll make it easy. Okay? So let's go in and I'm going to draw a line across right in the middle of our haze. Okay? So I'm going to go right there. I think what I want to do I'm just going to very loosely, actually, you know what I can do? I can use my, let's do this. And these are available on my website. I'm going to go into my foliage brushes. I've got some neat tree brushes.
And they're only $1 right now. If you go to
Yeah.
our brush set, they're all only $1.
How much are they?
$1.
$1.
So this is my pine tree. These are my pine tree brushes. These are kind of cool. So I'm just going to, this is just the branches right now.
Yeah, that's not per brush, by the way. That brush, the foliage brush set has like 60 brushes or something in it, I want to say.
It's funny that the seeing the animated fireworks in the starlight, someone wrote a comment on that saying where did it just go here? Yeah, Kai Guy says that's just beautiful. Fireworks like Disney used to make.
That's right.
In fact, even in my mind, I was starting to have in my head playing "When You Wish Upon a Star."
You know, Dustin mentioned changing the color of the fireworks. We might be able to do that with a hue setting in Premiere.
Oh, yeah. We could.
Just to see, it might not work.
It is a possibility.
I like this brush better. I'm going to jump over to this one.
Yeah, Tokyo Pika says this reminds me of the Disney opening sequences with the castle and the backgrounds for the animated movies.
That's what I was channeling. There we go. So we got some nice trees, and all I have to do is finish off the tops of them, which is simple. I'm going to go to my little round brush, a hard round brush there. Give them a little point on top.
Kai Guy says silhouette with it being Glenn and Snow Bear sequel to last week's where they watched the Northern Lights. And in parentheses, bro, thanks for the free poster image email, by the way.
Sure. And thank Nick for that.
Nick
Nick did the thing.
It's my specialty.
That's right.
Question. How long can it take to master TV Paint if you train, for example, for an hour a day?
Oh, TV Paint, it's not that bad. You can do it in less than a week. You can figure it out.
Now, that doesn't mean you're going to be an expert animator in less than a week, but the software itself.
The software itself, you said, pretty straightforward, right?
Oh, there's definitely things that you need to learn on it, but we've got videos on that. If you go to my YouTube channel, I've got several videos on using TV Paint.
Yeah, that punk Joe Cassidy Says, yeah, this tree line and colors are giving me old Buena Vista vibes.
Good.
And Jasmine Whole Beach, I think I think it's pronouncing that right. Says hello from England. Have you got any big plans for 2024?
Yeah, getting Snow Bear done.
Yep, we're probably going to go to Annecy this year.
Yeah.
So that'll be our first trip to that. Finishing Snow Bear. If we finish Snow Bear, gonna probably be doing a tour with Snow Bear.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a busy year. Bunch of new courses coming to the website.
2024 is going to be a big year for us, I think. Knock on wood.
That's what you
Yeah,
said
yeah.
last
Pronounce the
year.
last name right.
I did say that last year.
Whole Beach. Gotcha. Thank you for letting me know, Jasmine. I did not butcher the last name. Mission accomplished.
There we go.
Twitch question. Have you seen the Star Wars Visions shorts? Cartoon Saloon actually did a segment on there.
Oh, no, I haven't seen that.
That's kind of like the Disney did kind of like the Animatrix, with they had a bunch of different animation styles all set in the Star Wars universe.
Oh.
I haven't checked it out yet. I think they just did a Star Wars Visions Volume 2, as a matter of fact.
Erica Bay says, I'm sure Snow Bear will have its premiere in Orlando.
Not sure where we're going to premiere it yet. Probably should be Orlando.
Aaron, can you say in the Procreate Dreams workshop, will you share how to make a landscape background to the animation and how you do coloring?
We'll talk about coloring. I won't focus too much on background, although we'll put something in there as a background. I'm not going to focus on it.
Yeah.
It's going to be more about lip sync and dialogue.
And for people who don't know what we're talking about, on Saturday, February 24th, Dustin, we've got a slide for this. We are doing a Procreate Dreams animation workshop. It's going to be an all-day event. If you go to creatureartteacher.com/live, you can learn more about it. Spots are limited, and this has been a really popular one, so you're going to want to sign up as soon as you can. Again, if you go to creatureartteacher.com/live, you can learn all about it, and it's going to be Aaron's all-day teaching how to do animation of dialogue in Procreate Dreams. Speaking of Procreate Dreams, we also have a course on Procreate Dreams that's just $1 right now. And if you go to creatureartteacher.com/dreams, you can get that course for $1, which is probably a great thing to get before the live workshop. So check that out, creatureartteacher.com/live for the event and creatureartteacher.com/dreams for the course.
Yes. All right, so we got a nice little landscape going on in here.
Rick Hunter says, hi, Aaron. Got the new book right before Christmas. Love it.
Nice.
And happy to have all three in my bookshelf. Great book for references on poses and color.
Oh, that's great.
We are so glad we got those out before Christmas, because it was kind of touch and go there for a while. And obviously some people in Europe didn't get them before Christmas, but several did. So thank you for your patience, and we're so happy that people got them. And if you don't know what we're talking about, go to creatureartteacher.com/books and check out Aaron's art books.
And Juan C. Torres Garcia on Facebook says, hi, have you ever been to Puerto Rico?
I never have.
You will love it here.
I know. Growing up, I had a Puerto Rican friend that was always trying to get me to go.
Maybe when we do Snow Bear, we should go to Puerto Rico.
It's a good idea.
That'll be nice.
And we should also do American Samoa.
Yeah.
Hit all of the lesser traveled.
I like it.
But
There we
Puerto
go.
Rico's got to be a super short flight.
Oh yeah,
From
it's
Orlando, right?
pretty easy. Yeah. All right, so there is our landscape right there. So that's going to be, we're going to export that as a PNG.
As he pinged.
So I'm going to turn these off and we're going to hit export. No, export. Save. Sorry, I'm getting my softwares. Save a copy. And I'm going to go PNG. Save. Okay. Now we're going to come over to our Premiere. And we're going to go import. New Year copy, PNG. There it is. And I'm going to go ahead and drag that over. And there it is, sitting there nice and pretty. Now what do we got? So far, we've got our trees. And now, right now, we've got the fireworks going off over our PNG. So we got to move that position. There we go. Now let's look at it again.
Arizona family says, now it's the other sister. Hey, this is Ireland now. I'm so happy we caught your live stream. I'm so happy that Dad got us the annual pass.
Oh, that's great.
Thanks for drawing Rapunzel. She's one of my favorite princesses. And then the dad says, sorry, we're blowing up your stream.
It's okay, Dad. It's okay. So now I think what I want to do is, I want the trees to not quite take up so much space. So I'm going to redo this. I'm going to go back to, because I want some nice water in there and I don't want the reflection to be taking up all the water. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to here on that layer right there, and I'm going to go to edit and go to free transform, hold the shift key down and just squash it a little bit. Squash it a little bit and move it up a little bit. I think that still works pretty well. And now I'm going to go File, Save a Copy, PNG, Save, Replace, OK. Now, when I go back to Premiere, because I kept it the same name, it will automatically, or it should automatically, it didn't. It should have automatically saved it. That's weird. It's a new, I'm going to have to get rid of that. Let's do this. It should have saved it, but it didn't. It kind of got corrupted or something. So let's import it.
You can also just save the Photoshop file transparently. That's the.
It's really weird how what it's done here. I got to resave that.
If you just, like I said, if you just save the PSD file with the layers off, you can import that in Premiere too.
Oh, gotcha. Right. There we go. Trees.
If you could ever adapt any story into an animated movie or TV show, what would it be and why? Nothing that's ever been adapted before.
I'm not sure.
Well, you were adapting a Philip K. Dick short story called King of the Elves when you were working at Disney.
I was. So this is completely corrupted. I'm not sure why it's doing this.
Did you try to just bring it in the PSD file?
No, it's not. It's something different. It's very interesting.
How peculiar.
How peculiar. All right. Well, I'll. So how am I going to bring this in?
Just do file, save it, just save it as a PSD file.
Oh yeah, I've done that. So I'll just I'll just save it because I've already done that. So.
Now just import that instead.
Oh, okay.
Voyager's recommending save it and change the name.
I did, and it still saved it weird. There we go. Thank you. Oh, thank you.
There we go.
So there we go. Sorry about that little hiccup, folks. So now we've got our fireworks going off. Everything's really cool. So we got our landscape, fireworks going off behind the landscape. I want some water. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back here and I'm going to copy this, the tree layer, and I'm going to put that underneath my original layer. I'm going to go up to image, I'm going to go to edit, come down to transform, and then flip vertical. Okay? So now I'm going to move this down and connect it right there. So you can see now we've got what looks like a reflection. Now I want to make it a little bit distorted. So I'm going to go into my blur. I'm going to go to filter and go to blur and motion blur. And I want it to be straight up and down. Just like that. It gives it a little bit of distortion for the water. I'm going to hit OK. All right. So now I'm going to go back to Premiere. Oops, sorry. Got to save this. So if I save it, Nick, in Photoshop, is it automatically going to update it here?
Yes, I think that's.
How do I pull out a particular layer? Do you know?
You don't want the layer visible?
I want the reflection.
When you import it, it gives you the options to check them. But if you double click it,
I'll just do this. I'll just go back. That's all right. Do this.
just save it as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know that'll do it, but there's a way to, when you import it, it gives you which layer you want. I think you can turn them on or off in Premiere, but turn it off.
We're going to call this reflection. Save. Save. So now let's go to Premiere. And I'm going to go import. And let's go to reflection. Import. There we go. There we go. So now we've got this happening. So we got a little reflection going on in the water. All right, we're slowly building our nice little landscape. Okay, so we've got our fireworks going off. We've got our water reflection. Now let's give that reflection a little bit of action, a little bit of movement. So I'm going to go right here. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to go into effects, and I'm going to go to video effects. I'm going to go to distort, I believe, and I'm going to put a wave warp on it. Wave warp. Yeah, it's a wave warp. Effects controls. I'm going to put the wave height at 5. And I'm going to put the wave width. Let's do this here. The wave, oh, where is it? The direction of the wave. Right there. So now watch this. When we play this, you see a little bit of movement in there. Now let's push the height. Let's go to 8. See what that looks like.
The Wolfie on YouTube says wave warp. Sounds very sci-fi.
Wave warp. So you can see we've got a little bit of a movement to the wave right there, which is looking pretty. I hope you can see that. Let me do this.
Just a wee bit. Yeah, there you go.
So here you can see that movement in the reflection. We've put a wave warp on it. Now we're going to do something else that's going to be really cool. All right, so we got that. So we're going to go back to Photoshop. We want to create some ripples in the water. Now this is going to be cool. So let's go on to Photoshop. I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to turn this on. And I want to turn this on as well. Well, actually, what I want to do there is I'm going to grab that color, that light color you see. Make it a little brighter.
Real quick, today is Heinrich's birthday, who is watching us on YouTube.
Nice. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Heinrich.
Now, I've got water brushes as well that I created. These are also available on my website.
For how much?
$1.
$1.
So right here.
$1.
So I'm here. I'm going to go here.
By Menon.
You can see I've got water right there. I don't want that one. So I'm just going to keep looking here. What's this one? That one's interesting. I don't want that one. Let's go here. What's that look like? Those are interesting. And let me go to this one. That feels pretty good. I think I like the other one better. So I'm going to go here. So there we are. So I'm going to blow this up, the ripples, and hold the shift key down and just go horizontal. When I hold the shift key, it makes a perfect horizontal line. So I can go across like so. And you can see I'm creating these interesting little ripple effects. I'm going to shrink the brush down because I want it to feel like it's going away in perspective.
Oh, never mind. Sorry, I thought we froze for a second.
So here you can see these ripples going away in perspective. They're on their own layer. Now I'm going to create another layer and I'm going to match the color of the background. This is important to get the effect that we're going to go for. So I'm going to match the color of the background. I'm going to hit OK, and I'm going to go back to making a big brush, and I'm going to go right over the top with this new color or the new brush ripples, and do the same thing. As it recedes, I'm going to make it get smaller.
And to make it smaller, you're hitting the minus key, is that correct?
The bracket, the left and right bracket
Left and right
key.
bracket, sorry.
Yep, the left and right bracket key. Okay, so there we go. So I've created that. And I'm going to go one more time. Go really big with it.
Going here.
And do the same thing. As it goes back, make it smaller. Okay, so we've got that. So I'm going to do a couple of different things. We're going to save the background by itself. So I'm going to go ahead and go File and save a copy. Go to JPEG, and we'll call this Water BG. We'll hit OK. Now I'm going to turn on the first layer of ripples, and I'm going to go Save As, or Save a Copy. And I'm going to save this as a PNG, and we'll go Ripple 1, save, okay. I'm going to turn that off, turn this one on, File, save a copy, PNG, Ripple 2, save, and then the third one, Save a copy. PNG. Ripple. 3. Save. Okay, this is where it gets really cool. Watch this. So we're going to come back over to Premiere. I'm going to bring it. I got to take the fireworks. Need all the trees.
Hey, Benji hopped into Facebook.
Hey, nice. Hey, Benji. So we're
He's
going to bring
asking
all
what
this
we're up
up.
to.
We're going to import. We're going to import all of our ripples and the water BG. We're going to import those. First thing I want to do is bring over the BG.
Well, you can tell by the way I walk.
Now, you can see it's really big. So what I need to do is I got to distort it. I got to shrink it down. Or I can, well, I don't have to do that. I can just move it. So I'm going to move it. So let's go here. Let's go to motion. And I'm just going to move it on down, down. Just like that. Okay? So we've got our sky, we've got our fireworks, we've got our tree, we've got our animating reflected trees. Now we want to put the ripples in. So this is where it gets really cool.
The ripples.
The ripples. I'm going to move all these up. So the first thing I want to do is bring over our ripple right here. Now, yes, it goes up into the sky, but we're going to fix that. So what I'm going to do first, watch this. I'm going to highlight the ripple, and I'm going to scale it up to 120%. All right? And I'm going to position it. Actually, I'm going to scale it up to 140. I'm going to position it right here. Okay? And now I'm going to hit scale and position. So that's going to be a key. I'm sorry. I'm going to put this over here. I want it to be there. And once again, motion. Yeah, I've got it in the right spot. And I'm going to key it right there. So key there and key there. Now I'm going to go to the end of the run. And I'm going to click on motion, and I'm going to move this right about here. Move it there. Okay? So now, when we play this, you're going to see the ripples moving across the screen. Okay? So we got that. Now, I'm going to bring over one of the matching ripples here. We'll pull that over. We'll take these and move them up. There we go. So this is the dark colored one. And we're going to click on that and go 140%. Like so. And I'm going to move it over here. I'm going to click on scale, click on position. I'm going to go to the end. And we're going to move. The color's not quite exactly the same. That's interesting. That's okay. I go over here. So now when I play it back, you'll see the water is distorting just a little bit. You get some interesting distortions happening with the water because the mat is matching the color in the background. So we're going to do one more. I'm going to grab this one, plop it right in here. I'm going to click on this one. I'm going to make it, where am I? Ripple 3, there it is. I'm going to make it 150%, even bigger. And I'm going to move it.
DeWolfie says this is a very old animation. Neat.
Yes, it's an old way of doing water effects.
Very old school.
We're going to click on scale and position as a keyframe. Then we're going to jump to the end. And I'm going to move it way down. Like so. Play it back. It's not quite working the way I want it. So I'm going to come over here, go back to the end frame. And I'm going to move it this way, off to the side a little bit more. See if that helps. Yeah, that feels pretty good. I like that. So we're getting an interesting water effect. You see that?
I know you're going to mask the part that's in the sky.
Now I'm going to squash the whole thing. So what we need to do is we're going to take our ripple effect and where is it? The New Year's ripple. 1, 2, 3. We're going to highlight all of them, and I'm going to nest them. And we're going to go ripples. Because the effect is going to get even better when we squash them. Watch this. It's going to be really cool. So we're going to go to ripples. Then we go to effects. And I'm going to go to transform. Drop the transform on there. Then I go back to my effects controls. And I want to click off the uniform scale. And now I can scale the height without changing the width. So watch what happens. See there? I'm squashing it. I can squash the whole thing down as much as I want. So I'm going to squash it down. And then I'm going to move it.
I like to move it.
I'm going to squash it down a little more. Whoops, a little more this way. Bring it down. Squash it down. A little more. So the more I squash it, the more it feels like we're looking across something. So now when I play it back, it's got this really neat effect happening that works well with the trees. And the tree of reflection, with the way that they're warping, is matching the ripples that we did.
Yeah,
So if I blow this up,
yeah, I was going to ask that.
and play it, you can see we've got this really cool effect happening. Actually, I can see there, you can see them in the trees back there. I got to squash it even more. So I'm glad we blew it up. So let's go in here, really, whoops.
Oh, and are you going to put the reflected tree layer under the ripples?
No, I was actually going to do, I was going to keep the trees on top.
Oh, okay.
Because the ripples are reflecting the sky. So when you play, you do this. There we go. And that actually looks better. Oh, that looks even better. That's cool. So the ripples of the trees match the water. Basically, the ripples that we just did it's the reflection of the sky. So when I blow this up, you can see we've got a nice effect happening with the water. Just like so. Let's play it one more time. Make sure we're not missing anything back there. That looks good to me. The only thing I want to do now is take the fireworks.
And you're going to flip those two?
Copy them, paste. Yeah, and then I got to put the fireworks under here, like that. Now I got to flip them over. Flip them. So I want to go up to effects. I think it's in transform, is it? Do you know how to flip something upside down, Dustin? Because that's the one I didn't figure out before we started.
I'll look it up right now.
Distort, image control.
I think it would it be under transform?
Under transform?
Click the effects menu, transform tab, and then click horizontal flip.
Oh, okay, there it is. Okay, so just do that.
Yeah, bring that over.
Transform, there we go.
Yeah.
And go back to effects control. And
Scale, skew, rotation.
oh, there it is.
And you flip that to 180.
That's not what I said. There's actually a transform tab. Itself.
Yeah, but we don't want that because we want it to.
Go into the effects tab.
Sorry.
There's actually. Oh wait, there's transform.
Is there
Yeah.
a mirror? Mirror.
Oh, mirror.
Yes. So bring in the mirror.
So select. It says go into the effects menu on the top toolbar. Select the transform tab, and then choose either horizontal flip in the top toolbar.
Oh, in the top toolbar. See, this is the one you are learning on the fly here, folks.
Go to
Let's go to effects controls
effects control.
because we did the mirror. Reflection center, reflection angle. What? What's it doing? I don't get it. No, I'm going to get rid of that one. Sorry, folks. We're figuring it out on the fly here. There's got to be just a vertical flip. That's all we're looking for.
That's what I think.
Transform.
Yeah, transform. We did.
Put that in there.
I think you already have a transform in there.
Oh, I do. Okay. Sorry. And
just remove that one.
okay.
Just right click on it and it's clear.
Clear, clear, clear.
So we got this one here. So rotation, trigger, scale,
Skew.
there should be. Hang on, I think I got an idea here. So rotate to 180.
Oh, then horizontal. Yeah.
Yeah, you can just click on the number and,
Yeah.
and type out 180.
Yeah. Got it.
Now now bring in the mirror.
Okay. I'll let you tell me what to do here.
And go back to effects.
Yeah, we're doing it. We're making it really complicated, folks.
Sometimes it's got to do what you got to do. Reflection angle. And try 180.
And motion. Nope. Nope, it's not even there.
It's not even there.
No.
What in the world?
Yeah, that's what I was doing it before.
According to Adobe's thing, it literally says click the effects menu on the top toolbar, select the transform tab, and choose either horizontal flip or vertical.
Oh, doggone it. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot, folks. I'm sorry.
What?
There's a transform within the distort, and then there's a transform right there. Idiot. Right here. Horizontal flip, vertical flip.
Oh.
Sorry, folks.
I feel like
We made it way more complicated than it had to be.
we're all idiots here. We're all learning as we go.
This is how we learn.
See, even masters tend to fail. It's called being human.
Yeah. Okay, so I gotta put this. I gotta move it. Move it.
I like to move it.
Gotta start moving stuff around here. So we're gonna move this up.
Yes, Vermis. Transformers, effects in disguise. Yep. As true scientist cat, it's called learning. Everybody does it.
There it is. There, now you can see it.
I'm just curious if you go into one of the fireworks nests can you try a color cue on fireworks?
Maybe. So one more thing I want to do is we're going to go into the fireworks reflection that we just did, and we're going to put a distort and a wave warp on it. Go into controls. In the wave warp, we're going to push, I want to push that to, whoops.
Elizabeth Kroll on YouTube is asking, is there a way to add highlights to the trees when the fireworks go off without manually drawing them in for every frame?
Probably not. I mean, I'm sure there is some sort of effects thing, but the way you would normally do it would be animate on the trees, right?
Yeah. That's too much. That's a too much.
It's a too much.
What if you do like a 1 pixel Gaussian blur on the reflection too? Give it a little softness.
Hold on 1 second.
Sorry.
That's all right. I'm just.
Give him a minute.
I'm going to knock back opacity. Just fine tuning. I'm knocking back the opacity on the reflection a little bit. And then I want to go back to the wave.
And Splinter Cellar is asking, will you do some type of haze over the water to create more depth?
That's kind of like the blur I was talking about.
There we go.
Right.
So there's our reflections in the water. Getting a nice little effect going on. Really, all the only animation we did was
the fireworks.
the fireworks. That's all we've done. Everything else is just done with templates and all kinds of fun stuff.
With some simple brushes, some brushes from Photoshop, and some simple transform animations. The only real complicated thing was the mirroring.
Yeah, I wanted to open up. I want to get the ripples a little bit more bigger. And what were you saying, Nick? I'm sorry.
I was gonna say if you put a little like a 1 pixel Gaussian blur on the reflection, it might soften it up just a tad.
On the reflection on the trees.
Either on the trees or on the fireworks themselves too, so that it's a little.
Oh, yeah, I can do that. So let's go up here. Let's go. We can actually do one better. We can do a little horizontal to match the ripples.
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah. So let's go into blur.
Blur.
Blur and sharpen. Directional blur. Let's go to effects controls. Where's our directional blur? First of all, let's do the blur length. There we go. And let's do the direction. See if that's too much. Let's try the other direction. Let's try going vertical with it.
Will Conlon says, Happy New Year, Aaron, Dustin, and Nick. I'm here watching with my mom, who gave me the Art of Aaron Blaze Volume 2 book and the 100 Years, 100 Characters print for Christmas. And she also says hello.
Hey, hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
All right, let's do one more thing. I'm getting into this. We're having some fun with this. So now I want to go back to Photoshop. I want to put like a little bit of a little mist on the water. Smoke on the water. Okay, so that's what our original looks like. So let's go, and I want to kind of grab that, maybe go a little
If
brighter with
possible,
it.
when you're in Premiere, Aaron, maybe drag your timeline down so the window player is a little bigger,
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good idea.
just for the purposes of the stream.
So we're gonna make a little mist on the water. Look at that. Ooh, mysterious.
Misty. That's like so mysterious.
There, that feels good, just like that. So now we're gonna turn all this off. Save. We're gonna save a copy. We're gonna go PNG. We're gonna go mist. Save. Okay. We're building it as we go, folks.
If you do save those as Photoshop files, you probably won't get that color shift, by the way.
Oh, gotcha. The like the color shift that we had in the water.
Yeah, I think it has to do with the color space that the Photoshop document is set up versus the color space that the Premiere document is set up. So that's why
Oh,
you see the
gotcha.
shift. Whereas for some reason, when you do a PSD file, it just automatically follows.
I'm going to knock back the opacity on that just a touch. Oh, I'm on the wrong. There's the mist. Opacity. Just a little bit. There we go. That's all we need. Just a little bit. So we've got our water reflections, got the ripples.
Want to make your timeline a little smaller?
Yes. So I've got to go. How do I do that again?
You just literally drag down.
There you go.
Oh, just
So
look
now we
better.
can see we've got a nice little bit happening here.
Keeps getting better, betterer and betterer.
Betterer and betterer.
Betterer and betterer.
YouTube comment.
All right. So what color do we want for our, let's go orange, bright yellow, orange. Okay. And what font do we want?
Something fun.
Something festive. I don't have a whole lot in here. Got lots of sands.
Sands.
Come on, scrub
Suns.
through. There we go. There we are. Phosphate.
What about Cloudy with a Chance of Love?
Oh yeah,
It's been our go-to font.
it has been. Cloudy with a Chance of Love, baby. And let's go.
Big.
We're at about here. Oh, let's make it centered. Yeezy.
Happy Yesy.
Happy Yesy.
Happy New Yesy. Actually, I think you should have happy on the top and the New Year together at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to put a stroke on it? How come it's not showing up?
Happy New Yesy.
I agree with what Dustin said, though.
I didn't hear what he said. Sorry.
They put new and year on the same line, so happy's above them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, makes sense. Whoops, what'd I do?
Well, you
Do.
just delete the whole thing? Oh, there you go.
You could have just turned.
What's that?
You could have just put your cursor in there and hit return, but that works too.
Yeah, that works. Oh well.
All right, so let's increase our size. Right about there. Yeah, I like to put a little stroke on it.
You're like Clarence Carter.
Do we like white or do we want something? Oh, how about a blue? A light blue?
Yeah, like a lighter dark blue.
Like what? Yeah, something.
Something to match the background a bit more.
Let's go a little brighter with that. Let's go brighter with that.
Right there. Right there.
Right there. And we'll make it, let's make it 6 pixels.
6 pickles.
6. Return. So you can see
And,
it a little better.
Oh, should have some a back
let's
shadow.
go
like
8.
Backdrop shadow.
There we go.
Huh?
You want drop shadow?
Yeah.
Shadow 75%. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Can we set it to multiply, or do we want to just go dark with it? Let's go black. There we go. And
You can also change the opacity and
yeah, I
and
see that.
blurriness.
Here's the opacity.
And the blurriness should be the bottom there.
Nice, right there.
Nice.
There's Happy New Year.
Happy freaking New Year. Tokyo Pika says that typing style is so old school. Cool.
There we go. Do we want it to fade on and fade off, or just leave it like that?
I say leave it.
Yeah, it'll be a nice loop for the GIF.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, good loop for the
Try
GIF. Yeah.
going into the I'm just curious if you do a hue shift on any of the.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I forgot about that.
If you click into the nest on.
Well, because they're set for color dodge, we might not see it, but let's go ahead anyway. That's the ripples right here.
Just pick one of them and just see if it even works, and then.
Where is it? Effects?
Yeah, you gotta do luminosity.
I think it'll be under effects in color correction under Lumetri.
Yeah, lumetri presets right there.
Oh, there's Lumetri.
Oh wait.
Lumetri color?
Yeah. Okay. And then those actually pop up over here. So you click on that. Yeah, click on it.
Yeah.
Huh?
You're clicked on that one there, but timeline you're not seeing it.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh yeah, it is in color. That's cool.
Would you look at that?
Would you look at that?
Cool.
Oh, son of a gun.
Then you can copy that to 1 or 2 more, and you'll get copy and then paste effect, and then you'll get. There you go. That's how it works.
And you just need to make sure to the reflections down below get the same.
You won't really see them. Plus they're
It
blurred.
should automatically do it because it's one nest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You apply it to the
Nice. Look at that, folks.
Would you look at the?
Yeah, because it's set to color dodge, you see it a little bit.
Yeah, you see it.
I can change the so
I
it's
can push
not.
all the purple. I mean, yeah, you can push it to like
I can go
extreme
to
green or something.
here, go to effects control, and go to normal. Except you see how it has a little darkness on it?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I changed it.
Well, that's where if you had exported as a PNG sequence from TV Paint,
Gotcha. But I still think this works pretty well.
I think it works great.
Yeah, this is great. So there you go, folks. That's how you do. You can see us playing with the effects in here, and kind of experimenting
Export it
on the
as
fly.
Export it as a video, and we'll full screen it and set it to play on a loop.
Yeah, there you go. So let me just try one more thing.
One more
One more
thing,
thing,
everybody.
One more thing.
There it is.
The last
Your-
one more thing of the year. Let's
Your
go.
your live stream bingo cards are complete.
I just set it to lighten and it got rid of that. I didn't set it to screen. I just set it to lighten.
Oh, and I got rid of the dark.
Yeah, I got rid of the dark. It plays perfect now.
Perfect.
There we go.
Vermin says, and he
All right.
did it in 2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours. That was our goal. I mean, it's exactly 2 hours. And my goal was to do this in 2 hours. So I just want to review. So what did we do? We created a firework. Let's jump over to TV Paint. Here's our firework playing right there. That took half the time. Creating the firework was 1 hour. And remember, just take your time. This is 22 drawings. It took a little while to get that in there, and I wanted everything to dissipate at a nice rate. We did about half the drawings on ones, half the drawings on twos, and so we got some nice timing to it. We got a nice effect, and then we exported it as with no background, so you could use it as a PNG, an image with no background.
Just to clarify for people who don't know, when he says on ones and twos, ones means each drawing is only shown for one frame. And at the end, as it slows down, each drawing is held for 2 frames.
Exactly. So then jumping over to Photoshop, and you could do this in Procreate as well, as keeping your layers separate, because we got our mist layer, we've got our tree layer, we've got our reflection of the trees layer. We've got we've got our sky. Where is it? There's our sky right there. So that's our original background with all those other layers on top. And by keeping them separate like that, it allows you to manipulate them separately. So that's why I was able to put the ripples on the reflection of the trees and leave the regular trees normal. And then once again, going back to Photoshop again, we've got our ripples in here as well that you saw how when we brought them in separately as PNGs and moved them at different rates over each other, you get this really nice ripple effect. You just have to remember that when you create your highlight layer of the ripples, which are the lighter ripples, that's the only time you change the color. The other two templates, you want them to match the color of the background.
What if we cheated and stole a snow sparkle from Snow Bear and dropped it in as a little star sparkle?
Oh,
Sky.
let's see here. Well, actually, you know what I've got?
You don't have to.
You know what I've got? I just wonder what it would look like. I wonder if we go, it might look weird. Where's my sparkle? You got to go to Snow Bear, and we're going to go into columns because I work better there. Production, water sparkle. Water sparkles, there they are.
Nice.
Import, and they will go under. I'm just going to put them here for now. I'm not sure. Oh, because yeah, that'll be the stars, right?
Could be.
There they are, right there. So I want to blow this up. It might be.
I was just thinking like 1 or 2 little.
Yeah, because I've already got it all kind of grouped, but let's see what it does. Let's do this. It'll be quicker and easier. We'll blow them up. I'm gonna set them to screen. There it is. Screen. And I want to move them. They're gonna be too much. But you guys you get to see some sparkles.
Not the opacity way back.
Yeah.
They're really subtle.
Actually.
It's way too much.
Yeah, but let me move them. They're really big. And they're going to go copy.
Tom says those look like the fireworks that make the crackling sound.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we'll go screen again.
Florian says, here we go. Another one more thing.
Here's our sparkles. It is too much, but it's kind of cool.
That's kind of cool. There's something neat about it.
I can pump it up a little bit. I can shrink them back down. We can, where's the size? Do this.
Yeah, there's something kind of cool about that.
Yeah.
Maybe knock them back even more, so they're more subtle.
Yeah, it really should just have just a couple.
Yeah.
Let me try something else. That was this one. I'm gonna turn that off. See, folks, you just sit here and you experiment, you have some fun with it. Because what we're gonna do here.
The third one more thing?
And in your head, you just need to be going. Paul says, good evening from the UK.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, hold on. Let me just turn that on. If I can see real quick. I created some water sparkles for the water. That's what these were for.
In Snow Bear.
For Snow Bear. Let me turn this off.
You've got some snow sparkles that you did too on the snowman that are even more subtle. They might.
Oh, that's right.
That's what I was thinking of. Just little
yeah.
twinkles.
I wonder if I saved those. Water ripple, water sparkle, snow. I don't have it. That's okay. Because here, turned everything off, I believe. Turn that one off. That one's on. There's our stars right there. Actually, let's do this. Hang with me, folks. Hang with me.
Hang it in there.
Hang with me.
DeWolfie's asking, are you soon getting to the point where you'll have to force yourself and declare the thing done?
All right, there we go. We're going to do X.
I think he's pretty close to there. Almost there.
Doggone it, I overlapped them. Almost there.
Almost there. I guess someone's saying hello from Peru.
But hello there.
Hello there.
All right, so let's see if I can do this, see what it looks like. In our never-ending quest for making things better.
And if it doesn't work, we just delete it.
Exactly.
Will this quest never end? No.
The sparkle I grabbed is only like 10 frames long, but it's exporting the entire 110 frame shot. I
Oh,
forgot. I
really?
forgot to change the mark out. So, sorry, folks.
On average, how many model sheets a character must have?
On average, it's usually like 6 or 7. And when they first start out, it's just a couple. And then as the character progresses through the course of making a film, the model will get better and get more solid, and we'll do more model sheets.
While that's exporting, it's a good time to let people know who might be joining us. We're running some really big New Year's sales over at creatureartteacher.com. If you use promo code YEAREND5, you can take $5 off any order on the website, minimum order of $10. That includes classes, photo packs, brush sets, and even merchandise like Aaron's art books. So you can get $5 and prints and all kinds of stuff. So you can take $5 off any order with that code. Also, everything on the website is on sale for 40% off or more, and a lot of it is a lot more. So we've got $5 courses, we've got $1 courses, we've got $1 brush sets, we've got we've got like a ZBrush bundle that's 80% off. All of our bundles are up to 70% off or more. So we've got tons of deals going on over at creatureartteacher.com this weekend. And in addition, we've got a live workshop coming up on Saturday, February 24th. Aaron's going to be teaching live all weekend or all Saturday long. He's going to be teaching how to do lip sync and dialogue animation in Procreate Dreams. Spots are limited for that. So if you're interested, go to creatureartteacher.com/live and you can learn more. How's it look?
Little sparkles here and there.
Let me see. Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at. Like
Yeah.
the stars are just kind of twinkling a little bit.
Yeah.
I think it works. What do you think?
Yeah.
Too much?
I love it. Nope, I love it. We got little sparkly stars in there. This adds a little bit to it.
Sparkly.
One thing I want to do.
Have you ever considered animating a video clip? Yeah, actually, in the Procreate Dreams course that's for just $1, Aaron shows how to animate right over top of live action video. If that's what you're talking about.
All right, come on out. Mary Beth on YouTube says, I do love when you go back and tweak, adjusting. Really is a great learning tool.
It is.
Hope I'm making sense.
Never be satisfied. Don't be satisfied too quickly. It can always be a little better. One of the things that John Lasseter used to say about our films, and we used to say the same thing, is that our films are never done. They just get released because you're always trying to make it better.
Did you try exporting that as a video? And we'll play it.
Yeah.
Or I guess you could
Yep,
just hit
there we go. So let's do this. File, export media. And we want to
set the sequence to do custom
match. Can we?
sequence settings? Yeah, that would be the same proportions.
Yeah. Where is that? Oh, match source. I bit rate. All right, and we're going to export that to. I'm going to export that to Project Dolphin live stream.
Yeah, sure.
Live stream images. Live stream images. There it is. Save. Export.
Is that TV Paint? Yes, that was TV Paint. He did the animation in,
Yep, it was.
and then we did the little editing in Adobe Premiere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Premiere Pro.
Oh, Mary Beth says I love the sparkles.
Yay, I'm glad.
Did what?
So let's go to Project Dolphin. Load.
Load.
And go to live stream images. And list.
Full screen and loop.
Citizen Zero is asking, "Where's Dustin? I'm right here. Hi."
There we are. Finally. That wasn't too bad. 2 hours
Finally.
with some extra little sparkles in there. Happy New Year, everybody. That was fun. So you've learned how to do a nice, cheap way of animating water effects. We got some ripples on the reflections. We did some effects animation with the fireworks. I hope you guys have a great New Year. Be safe, and we'll see you next Friday in 2024.
Yeah, it'll be next year when we see everybody.
Yeah. Remember, we got some great deals going on over at creatureartteacher.com. And the other thing I want to remind you is that next Friday is our last live stream before we go to once a month for our Friday live stream. So it's going to be the first Friday of every month. Next Friday is January 5th, I think. And that'll be our first Friday for that. And then, but if you want to catch me every Tuesday and Thursday live stream, then go on over to creatureartteacher.com and become a member, and you can hang with us while we make Snow Bear. And it's basically a little animated filmmaking course. So everyone that's there has been really loving it. I love hanging out with everyone. It's great. So
Yeah, those are a blast.
they are.
So thank you, everybody. Happy New Year. We'll see you in 2024.
20.
See you later, guys. Go put some beauty back into the world next year.
Yes. And for the last time of this year, Cowboy Bebop. Later.
Bye, everybody.